Welcome to Hollywood World. In this video, we're going to uncover one of the most enduring and chilling mysteries in music and entertainment history, the shocking truth behind the death of John Denver. For decades, fans were led to believe his tragic 1997 plane crash was a simple accident. But what if it wasn't? What if darker forces were at play, rivalries, secrets, government suspicion, and even threats from within the industry? Stick with us as we reveal the full story and name 17 actors who were either connected to Denver, or whose own tragedies eerily mirror his fate. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. 1. John Denver. John Denver wasn't just the wholesome face of 1970s folk music. Behind the peace-loving image and soft ballads like Take Me Home, Country Roads, he lived a life filled with contra, me 8K dictions. Denver battled alcoholism, strained marriages, and growing paranoia in his later years. He was deeply involved in environmental activism and often criticized corporate greed and military expansion. On October 12, 1997, Denver was flying his experimental aircraft off the coast of California when it plunged into the Pacific Ocean. The official cause? A faulty fuel switch. But was it really that simple? But, by number we owe wall OK Ada. Close friends said Denver had become nervous in the weeks leading up to the flight. He confided in people about being followed, tapped phones, and feeling like a target. Some dismissed it as paranoia, but others now believe he may have been silenced. 2. Robin Williams. Robin Williams and John Denver were both sensitive, creative souls who masked their internal battles with smiles. They both championed peace, environmentalism, and kindness. Williams admired Denver's sincerity and once said he wished more entertainers were like him. In a tragic parallel, Williams died under similarly suspicious circumstances in 2014. While his death was ruled a suicide due to Lewy body dementia, questions remain. Friends said he, too, felt watched. Both men had ties to humanitarian work that might have made them enemies among powerful groups. 3. Brittany Murphy. Brittany Murphy's sudden death in 2009 at age 32 was blamed on pneumonia and anemia, but her father believed she was poisoned. Months later, her husband also died. Like Denver, Brittany spoke out against injustice in Hollywood and was said to be working on a whistleblower project. Denver's family and Murphy's father both claimed too many loose ends surrounded their deaths. Could there be a pattern? 4. Dennis Weaver. Dennis Weaver, star of McCloud, shared Denver's environmental values. They co-hosted benefit concerts and lobbied together for sustainable energy. Weaver warned Denver that they don't like when celebrities speak truth to power. After Denver's death, Weaver reportedly told friends he didn't crash by mistake. Weaver passed in 2006, but his private letters suggested he suspected Denver's plane had been tampered with. 5. Karen Silkwood, played by Meryl Streep. Although not an actor, Karen Silkwood's case bears eerie resemblance. Denver was a fan of the film Silkwood and once cited it during an anti-nuclear speech. Silkwood died in a suspicious car crash while preparing to expose nuclear safety violations, an activist dying before releasing critical information. Denver, too, was working on a documentary titled Whispers of the Earth, which mysteriously disappeared after his death. 6. Kurt Cobain. Cobain and Denver couldn't be more different musically, but both were unafraid to challenge systems. Cobain's death by suicide remains debated. Denver once mentioned Cobain in a 1995 interview, saying, "We're losing the voices we need." Some believe Cobain and Denver were both eliminated for refusing to play by industry rules. 7. Natalie Wood. Natalie Wood died from drowning in 1981 under highly suspicious circumstances. Denver, who had shared the stage with Wood during benefit concerts, was said to be haunted by her death. Both deaths occurred in water. Both were labeled accidents. Both left behind more questions than answers. Years later, Robert Wagner was declared a person of interest in Wood's case. Could Denver's crash have had a person of interest who never faced scrutiny? 8. River Phoenix. River Phoenix was another actor who shared Denver's values: vegetarianism, environmentalism, and anti-establishment beliefs. His death outside the Viper Room at age 23 remains clouded in mystery. Denver reportedly had a phone call with Phoenix just weeks before his death, encouraging him to stay clean and keep fighting for what's right. The irony: both died shortly after these conversations. 9. Philip Seymour Hoffman. Hoffman's overdose death in 2014 was another case where the public accepted a troubled artist narrative. But insiders said Hoffman was working on an exposé about power struggles in Hollywood. Denver had begun work on a similar exposé about the music industry and had told friends, "If something happens to me, don't believe it was an accident." 10. Heath Ledger. Ledger's shocking death in 2008 echoed the fate of John Denver. Ledger was known to dive deep into roles, and his commitment often left him emotionally raw. While his death was ruled an accidental overdose, his father said Heath felt hunted and overwhelmed. Denver, too, struggled with emotional intensity. His last journal entry, according to a family member, included the phrase, "There's a target on my back." 11. David Carradine. Carradine's mysterious death in Thailand was reported as an accidental strangulation, but few believe the official story. Denver's crash site also raised red flags: no Mayday call, a plane known to be difficult to handle, and a cockpit switch Denver himself reportedly hated. Were these cases chalked up to accident to cover a darker truth? 12. Judy Garland. Garland's demise came decades before Denver's, but the blueprint was the same. Used, abused, silenced. Denver once called Garland the most tragic figure in American music, and said he feared becoming her. Both suffered from substance dependency. Both tried to speak out. Both died under expected circumstances that don't sit right in hindsight. 13. Anna Nicole Smith. Anna Nicole's controversial life and death are often treated as tabloid material, but beneath the headlines was a woman caught in a legal war. Denver himself was wary of lawsuits and image manipulation. Before his death, Denver was being sued for an altercation with his ex-wife. Anna Nicole had ongoing legal drama when she passed. Could both have been silenced at crucial moments? 14. Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee's death on the set of The Crow was another accident that felt too neat. Denver, a pilot for years, had expressed concern over aircraft safety. Yet on the day of his fatal flight, everything went wrong at once. Some compare Lee and Denver as collateral damage to systemic negligence, or worse, sabotage. 15. Chris Cornell. Chris Cornell's suicide didn't sit well with fans or his widow. He had been working on child trafficking awareness campaigns. Denver had likewise participated in child advocacy programs. Some say both were warned to back off. 16. Paul Walker. Walker's high-speed car crash in 2013 was officially ruled accidental, but his friends believe he was onto something, specifically fraud involving relief funds. Denver had a reputation for following the money and was tracing similar nonprofit corruption when he died. Could Walker and Denver both have gotten too close to the truth? 17. James Dean. James Dean's death in a car crash became legend, but many believe he was targeted. Denver idolized Dean and once said, "He made us believe we could rebel." Both men died tragically young, fast, and in vehicles they adored. There's something poetic and perhaps chilling, in how their lives ended. Were these truly accidents, or planned silences? The mystery of John Denver's death might never be officially reopened. But when you start connecting the dots, his activism, his fears, the plane, the missing documentary, something doesn't sit right. And when you add in the eerie pattern among these 17 stars, you start to wonder, how many voices were silenced before they could fully speak? Let us know in the comments. Do you think John Denver's death was truly accidental, or part of something bigger? Thanks for watching Hollywood World. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell so you never miss the stories they don't want you to hear.